We are back at HomeStory Cup, and our German Zerg player, currently ranked the number 14th Zerg in the world, is... hold it a second. Something's not right here. Okay. My attempt at a sexy psych-up intro just went down the toilet as our Terran player appears to be engaged in offensive construction, aka proxy build, aka cheese. So Zerg, bottom right is Lambo. Terran, top left is Bunny. What is with HomeStory Cup, man? Nobody wants to play a standard straight-up game. Bunny's got the minerals to drop at barracks, and he has found his spot. And he means business. He's bringing a second and a third SCV behind this. This is not some crazy hidden spot, though. This is right in front of the Zerg base. Lambo's original starting overlord is already pathing right towards it. He sees it. First one, then two barracks. He doesn't see the third SCV behind it. Where's his reaction? There it is. 3 drones are being pulled. Is that going to be enough, though? Bunny means business here. He's not canceling the hatchery. He built it as natural. As far as emergency responses go, this is pretty chill. These worker units have identical DPS, but SCVs have 5 more hit points. It's critical that the drones hit first. It helps if the SCVs keep on building. Lambo starts his spawning pool. Bunny retreats an SCV, leaving the barracks unfinished. But the first one is about to complete. The drones surround the working SCVs. He tries to escape and they get him. And with that, Lambo gets our first blood, but I don't think he cares because there's a fully functioning barracks on his doorstep. A Marine is in production, and we're miles away from having Lings. Lambo's done fantastic, but this is not over. Will Bunny try to complete the second barracks? No, he will not. He may have lost 37 minerals on that barracks, but his Marine is out. It's Finn versus machine gun. The Marine isn't kiting. He's badly hurt and running for his life. Dude, you're getting beat up by walking Finns. They killed him. That Marine didn't actually fire his shot. I think he forgot to put a clip in his gun. He stumbled out of that barracks so fast he forgot to load his gun. Hopefully somebody hands a weapon to the Reaper he's got in production next. Bunny started a command center though. If he had planned on going all in with this, he's certainly not now. Lambo's got his first 4 Lings on the way, and 2 Queens, which is certainly enough. The only problem is they're not here yet. Bunny's got a window. Can he avenge that Marine loss? The first 2 Lings pop as he arrives, but they don't have speed. And Bunny actually gave his Reaper a weapon. I mean, how is that fair? Bunny really wants a drone here, but he'll settle for culling some Lings. As long as Lambo can rotate his units, he can take the hits. 1 Ling down. But now the Queen pops out. Bunny reacts by dropping a welcome grenade. There's no second Reaper to reinforce this. The barracks is floating all the way back home. Lambo doesn't know it, but that Reaper actually represents the sum total of Terran's army. Oh, there's a conditions pause, but we won't see it on the replay. Wouldn't a barracks need jets, like propelling it up, not just sideways? Like an airplane doesn't need vertical jets because it's aerodynamic and it's moving fast. A barracks is neither aerodynamic nor moving fast. Meanwhile, Lambo's queuing up the minerals to get his 3rd down. He has them. And here's something crazy. Bunny's actually building a reactor on his factory. Normally, Terran's barracks builds that reactor and we watch the dramatic trade. And Bunny throws down a 3rd command center. I like this from Bunny. Quite often after a failed cheese, you have this all-in mass attack. Bunny's gonna do the complete opposite and go for the longer game. The problem is there's gonna be a window where he's actually vulnerable to Zerg, particularly if we see roaches. Lambo needs to figure it out though, or go for some kind of blind assault. And there's the roach warren. I don't know if he suspects though, because there could be a dozen reasons why he's making it. Regardless, this could get very bad for Bunny. Oh cool, the barracks that came all the way home has produced a single Marine to eject that overlord. He's like, die you Zerg scum! Unlike my twin brother, I actually remembered to pick up a rifle. Will that biological bag of gas escape? And do we care? Bunny's reactored Hellions are out on assignment. They're going to be joined by Bunny's Reaper. And just to finish that thought, the reason we don't particularly care about that Overlord is because there's a Viking in production. So unless that Overlord knows how to turn invisible or teleport, he's not long for this world. Lambo's up 11 workers, make it 12. Bunny tries to poke in and then dekes north, but the Queens aren't fooled in the slightest. Oh, Lambo's just decided he's got enough drones. He started making roaches en masse. There's 8 in production and growing. Right now, Bunny's just got Hellions, and not a lot of them. And oh, the ugly starts to hatch. Bunny needs to figure this out right away. And as soon as I say that, he starts making a Banshee with cloak. A Banshee is one excellent way to bring down a roach. I just don't know if it's an excellent way to bring down 10 of them. The Roaches and Ravagers supply cap Lambo. He's got to take a pause and build 5 Overlords at once. Of course, when I say pause, what I mean is move across the map and crush your opponent. Ugh, that Banshee's barely halfway done. Bunny starts a wall off at his natural. He's effectively conceding his 3rd. There's that Viking. I just love watching Overlords explode. But I shouldn't. There's a huge attack coming up here. Bunny's wall off completes just as the Zerglings arrive, and the Banshee pops out of the starport. But the Roach Ravager force is here! Hello, would you like to buy some Avon products? No! Then eat caustic biles and die! The wall falls instantly. Bunny pulls his SCVs into the main. No, he's using them to choke off his ramp so his Hellions can get free shots. Oh, the carnage! The Zerg force is getting badly injured, but the SCVs are dying in droves. Lambo gets 13 kills and he takes the ramp, but the Roaches are deep in the red. This is going to be incredibly close. If he can just hold long enough to get that second Banshee out, or the Hellions will take care of it. So the good news is Bunny has survived. The bad news is he's down 24 workers, but he has finished Cloak. He needs to send his 2 Banshees over right away to see if he's got a window. Lambo does not like windows. He's building shutters in the form of spores. Well, this is interesting. Bunny's gonna double down or even quadruple down on his Banshees. He's actually started the Hyperflight Rotors upgrade, aka Banshee Speed. But Zugzwang, Banshee Speed doesn't exist, it's a myth. Oh no, Bunny's about to prove you wrong. Except that it's an upgrade that's so slow this game will probably be over before we get to see it. 2 Banshees cloak and go in for the attack. The lair's only 2/3 done, so there can't be any overseers. 3 spores is all he'll have for detection. I think it's International Hug Your Spore Day. Every single unit Lambo has to hug itself around a spore. Bunny spots that the Evo chamber is midway between Lambo's bases. That means it's out of range of spore detection. Bunny's got 3 Hellions to the north, waiting to see if they can ride in. Oh, here they come. Everything is so bunched up, but Lambo's Roaches react instantly. He shuts it down immediately, but even then, 2 drones are reduced to ash. That Evo chamber's going down. It's done, but it may have done its job. Bunny's run out of cloak energy. Oh, the queens are totally enraged. They've been waiting forever for this to happen. Finally, we can fight back. Ooh, scans plus 3 Banshees mean tumors die very fast. And until Lambo gets his backup Evo chamber online, he can't make any more spores. So instead, Lambo's gonna make a 4th and a whole lot of roaches. I don't care how much DPS you think your Banshees have. You can't kill them all. And with his lair online, he can finally start producing overseers. I don't know though, Bunny's still making Banshees. Without a hive or at least a Hydra den, I don't know how he fights back. I guess if your army supply is twice the size of your opponent's, you can just take the hits and chop down his buildings. Or he could actually be going Overseer Offensive Queen here. We know if you micro enough transfuses, you can battle cruisers, so why not Banshees? Oh my lord, Banshee speed is actually gonna finish! This is like a historic moment in a Starcraft game. Bunny's gonna celebrate by sending in a fresh round of 4 Banshees, but he's sending them for the worst spot in the entire map. That's literally the only spot Lambo has any air defense. Cloak is meaningless with the Overseer. 1 Banshee goes down. Oh, but the speed, Zugzwang, the speed! Bunny redirects and realizes he can go almost anywhere on the map. Lambo's 24 roaches are not going to stop him. 3 Banshees 3-shot a queen. It would have been 2-shot if he had the 4th. Lambo realizes, hey, your Banshees are attacking my main. They're not defending yours. His roach army is going to stream across the map. The Ravager count explodes up to 7. Bunny's only got a single Banshee at home to meet them. He's not playing Protoss. He can't recall his Banshee. Holy crap, that 1 Banshee's holding off the entire horde. He's like Han Solo on Cloud City, screaming like a madman, and the stormtroopers are all running away. The other Banshees link up, and Lambo knows he's got no air defense to speak of. So he's sending every Overlord he has? What is he doing? He's gonna crash into the Banshees and gum up their rotors or something? Oh no, he's gonna poop a field of creep. Lambo's gonna try and bring up his queens. If he can get some tumors down, he'll be able to defend his roach army. Did anybody else notice those Banshees now have flaming jets coming out the back? They look like they are hanging Reaper backpacks out the side of the windows. Oh, well, I'm cracking jokes that don't make sense. Lambo's taking the middle of the map. Bunny's harassing some extractors. But Lambo's going right for his heart. He doesn't want to take endless Banshee shots. He wants to win the game now. At this stage of the game, supply depots make for a pitiful wall-off. There's 38 roaches on Bunny's doorstep. But he does have 6 siege tanks sieged up and waiting. Lambo's gonna hit from 2 sides. The Banshees fly back to help instantly. Queens are marching inside the natural. Bunny's using his SCVs as a meat shield once again. He drops from 71 workers to 50 in 2 seconds. Bunny's managed to hold at the north. The DPS of the tanks and Banshees is just insane. Lambo was maxed when this battle started. He's not now. Hey, that original barracks came over to watch. He's like, oh cool, I love tank splattered roaches. Bunny's actually got his tank count up to 9. He's not breaking that, but murdering a third of Bunny's SCVs is a pretty nice consolation prize. Oh, a reinforcing tank shows up. He's shaking his head in disgust. He's like, dudes, there's overlords pooping in our base. Somebody do something about that. Bunny has 123 supply, but only a single unit that's actually capable of shooting up. Just that lone twin marine he got for overlord hunting at like the 2-minute mark. You almost never see overlords this free at the 10-minute mark. Lambo's gonna try again? No, he needs to get his hydras up first. He's just gonna smash himself on Terran's D. He's not getting up that ramp. Oh, Lambo's queens transfusing like a boss. They should be so dead, but these are battle queens. Bunny's putting up a censored tower in his natural, but does he really need one? Lambo's been attacking there continuously. It's not a surprise. Oh, Bunny gets a Viking out. I think he's finally had enough of the waterfalls of purple poo in his base. Lambo's not giving up. He's dropping creep tumors. This game's like a fecal matter obsessed toddler's dream. Okay, so the Hydras are really gonna help Lambo against those Banshees, but they're even more vulnerable to splash damage than the Roaches. Lambo knows it, and that's probably why he's starting up on a hive. Bunny's gonna be mixing in Thors. That's definitely gonna put an end to the Overlord Amnesty program. And Bunny has just caught up on supply. Lambo's failed offensive has really cost him the momentum here. He's starting up a lurker den, but he's still only halfway to hive tech. Oh yeah, high impact payload can really kill an Overlord. We're exactly even on workers and army supply, but Bunny's ahead on the tech curve. He's earned himself a window. He can either expand, consolidate his defenses, or strike back. First, he's going to try to harass with his 3 remaining Banshees, but now that there's Hydras out on the map, it's a lot more of a dangerous world. Bunny's like, what? You made units that can actually shoot up? How is that fair? Uh-oh, those look like those choppers from Avatar that forgot the bulletproof glass. One well-placed arrow or grooved Hydra spine is enough to take him down. I don't think Bunny cares that much. He's transitioning into Thors at this point. He's just going to see how annoying he can be before Lambo finally manages to take them all down. There's almost 30 kills between those 2 Banshees. Lambo probably doesn't have a lot of experience trying to corral speed Banshees. He's like, it's not supposed to be this hard. I feel like we're watching a movie entitled The Lost Banshee. We're sort of in a pause while Bunny grabs every upgrade he can think of. And while he's waiting, he's just going to micro the crap out of this Banshee. I get that Lambo doesn't seem to want Spire Tech. Well, wouldn't he want Infestors then? Neural Parasite would really help out when that giant mech comes calling, and believe me, it's coming. Ah, it's Vipers. That's why he's making so many Hydras. He can use Abducts on the tanks and Thors and pull them into range. Lambo's just about maxed out again. I wonder if it'll actually be him who attacks first. That last Banshee has no energy and no hit points, but somehow he's still alive. Hydra range upgrade is about to come online. That's gonna help. Oh, that is a lot of tanks. Bunny definitely knows which of his remaining bases has the most minerals. Everybody's stalling. Lambo wants his Vipers. Bunny wants to max. Or their armies can meet right now. Bunny's got tank siege. Lambo needs to get out of there. That is not his moment to engage. Lambo knows he can't fight here, but he's also super hesitant to let Bunny get a position so close to his expansions. Bunny's moving to cut him off. Terran's mech army is so powerful, but its weakness is its mobility. 3 lurkers burrow, but a scan is dropped and the tanks just butcher them. The best way for Zerg to fight an army like this is to use its mobility against it and be where it's not. But the problem is, once Bunny gets a position on his bases, he has no choice but to face it. For now though, I gotta point out, somehow that lone Banshee is still alive. He's living in a world of Hydras now, and yet he's still got a pile of kills. Because of his speed upgrade. Oh, he just died. I was gonna say, because of his speed upgrade, the AI keeps putting him in front. There's the abducts he needs. He's gonna need a ton more of that. This battle's not going well. Bunny's overtaking him on supply and worker count. I don't care what you have to cannibalize, Lambo. Get those Vipers back in there. Bunny gets a position on the 5th, and Lambo's forced to retreat the SCVs. Zerg zips across his creep highway and looks to see if he can get a trade on bases. But there are tanks in position. It's gonna be costly. Lambo decides he's not willing to pay the price. He retreats back to high ground. He needs to try attacking that base from the north. Bunny's got everything focused on this corridor of death that he's got running along the left-hand side. Now that his 5th has fallen, Lambo's in significant mineral mining deficit. Lambo's got the bank to remax, but he won't be able to keep it up. Terran's eyeing a position on his 5th. If he loses that, he's at risk of mining out completely. Everybody's maxed. The Vipers are charged up. Bunny's hoping to make Lambo charge his tank line again. He's keeping everything sieged with the Thors in front. Vipers! Going for a strafing attack! He's looking to drop the blinding clouds! Every unit in the cloud has their range dropped to melee. The tanks in front can't fire, so the Hydras move in. But the clouds are wearing off! Lambo's gonna commit to finish. He wants the cleanup. It costs him, but he's gonna get it. It cost him a ton of Viper energy, but Lambo is somehow still in this game. But while we were watching that key battle, there was a massive Hellion barbecue. It's not quite as bad as it looks because Lambo doesn't have the mineral patches to put those drones on anyway. Lambo knows Bunny will be back. He's gonna try and set up his defense so he can hold his 5th. But Bunny's next wave of mech is already on the way. 2 waves, actually. He's pulled his defending tanks. Lambo starts up his 5th and invests in 5 lurkers. But Terran's already here. Bunny's sieging up. A pair of Ravagers are gonna find that out the hard way, but it buys time for the lurkers to finish. They've got the speed burrow upgrade and the new ranged upgrade, seismic spines. They still can't outrange a siege tank though. Scans go down, and Lambo knows he needs to save his lurkers. Bunny's looking to build offensive turrets right in the Zerg's 5th. And a sensor tower. I think Bunny's trying to show off how much money he's got. Oh, no cancel on the 5th. It's just gonna get splatted. Viper's coming in for another blinding cloud run. But there's so many tanks to cover. Bunny's starting production on Liberators. I think that's an excellent choice. They're pretty good against lurkers. Maybe not so much against Hydras. Bunny withdraws his army to his 4th, where he's gonna attempt to rally. He no longer has the bank for the insta-remax. Every unit has become precious. The Liberators are playing the Dirge of Doom as they show up to reinforce the Terran army. Concentric circles of devastation ring the outside of Zerg's base. Abduct and run, abduct and run. It's his best move, but Bunny has an elite composition advantage, and he's got position. Bunny's moving up the tank line so that it's in range of the hatchery. Lambo with the drone pull. Lambo with the everything pull. He has to surrender another base. And at this point, Bunny set up his supply line. He's rallying all his mech forward. If Lambo's gonna survive this, he's going to have to dig deep. Maybe that's why he's trying to evolve 5 more lurkers. Bunny's retreat takes him all the way back to his natural. He's transfusing his injured army, getting it ready for battle. But Bunny doesn't intend to give him any more time. He continues the push. The Liberators take control of the Zerg ramp. Lambo doesn't want to risk trying to fight his way through that kill zone. He's going to swing his army around and see if he can blindside the Terran from behind. But it won't work if the siege tanks are set. And they are. The Hydras are going way around. He's going to try to overpower the supply line. It's a Hydra charge! Blinding clouds go down! This is Lambo's charge of the Light Brigade. Zerg's got the surround, but he's dropping in supply. The Liberators redeploy to the rear. There's so much carnage. And Lambo taps out. Bunny is your winner. GG. I know I've got things to say about this one, but totally leave your thoughts in the comments below. Love to hear from you guys. First off, anybody remember that Marine who forgot to load his rifle? That was hilarious. But I think my favorite part was when the bad pathing on the Terran tank caused it to start shaking his head in disgust. It totally looked like he was expressing disapproval over all the Overlord-generated creep at the edge of the Terran base. This bizarre phenomenon was a result of the wild composition choices in this game. Bunny had almost no units to attack air because I guess he didn't need it. Lambo's composition was odd for a TVZ. Hive tech, but no broodlords and no ultras? I really think some infestors with fungal growth would have worked wonders against cloak speed banshees. He lost a ton of units to that. The point of the Zerg meta right now is to hang around to the late game and then reap the rewards. The old survive to hive, as they say. But here we have late game TVZ, and Bunny says, "No, I'm good with it. This is my W." I think it's a healthy thing to see in the game, and we'll be looking to see if this is just an outlier readily explained by abnormal composition, or a sign that the late game meta is starting to expand instead of contract. But you know me, I love to read way too much into a single game. But Zerg's focus on mid-tiered tech and then a transition to lurkers with all the fixins really made for a different feel for a TVZ than we usually get. And so for that, I'm thankful. Just because I'm second guessing the composition doesn't mean we didn't get a sweet game. You've been listening to Zugzwang Starcraft, reminding you to live life because nobody wants to die in hold position.
To continue your StarCraft journey, Nova advises you to click the video in the upper rectangle. But Kerrigan warns you to watch your 6 and click the video in the bottom rectangle. Of course, you could always season upgrade and subscribe to Zugzang StarCraft. Just hit the circle. From my base to yours, Zugzwang out.